this major was from home here, and met him. He knew me right away in the mess hall. He knew who I was, where I was from. Well, you're a Fuson, aren't you? I said, yeah. Told him who I was and everything, and he says, yeah, okay. He says, are you just, I asked him, I says, are you passing through and just stopping for a meal? No. He says, I'm not. I'm attached to this outfit. So just come over. So I said, well, fine. We'll teach you what we know. So Donnie was on the way over. I got a word. And he told me, this major told me, he says, if you get a letter back home before he leaves, if you can, in time, and tell him that when he goes through Japan, there's everybody goes through this one camp in Japan to be assigned. He says, you get a hold of him and tell him to look up Colonel so-and-so, I forget what his name was in Japan. I thought to myself, yeah.
An enlisted man looking up a colonel.
Yeah. Looking up a colonel.
Yeah.
So anyway, on the way over, down the ship broke down. So he laid over in Hawaii for a month. And finally he got over there. And I got information where he was at. Oh God, I knew exactly where he was at. So, the old first sergeant, I told him, I says, my brother's over here. And I said, I'd like to go see him. Well, old Major Copeland, he was listening in on that conversation, you know, and he said, yeah, good. Get a couple guys and take my Jeep. He said, go on up to see him, you know where it's at. So I said, I know where it's at. Been there. So
Now, was he on the front line?
Yeah, he was really...
So when you say get in a Jeep, it wasn't just go to the Jeep and go to the mess hall. It was go in a Jeep and go to the front line.
Yeah. And so we went up, there was three of us. And we went up there and drove right up to where they were at. I knew where they were at. And he was getting ready to go out on a little deal, safari out there. And I said, oh my God. I said, Donnie, I said, would you consider coming over to our house? I said, get out of this place. He didn't know any different, you know, because he just got there. So he said, yeah. So I said, all right, this might take a little while. So I helped him roll his pack and everything. And I left, and he went out on his little safari, and he done all right. In about 2 or 3 days, the old Major Copeland was his name. I talked to him, you know, and I says, what can we do? Can we get him down to our outfit? Well, he says, I don't know, but he says, I'll see what happens. And so he says, I'm going down to 8th Army headquarters here now, tomorrow. And he says, I'll go down there and see some section down there that does pushing people around, you know. And he says, I'll see what I can do. Well, he went down and he come back. And he had this little smile, little grin. I said, well, did you do any good? He says, you know, I went down there and I walked into that S section, whatever it was. And he said, there was a colonel sitting behind that desk. He said, I served with him 10 years back in the States. I knew him. He says, your brother will be around here in a couple of days.
Cool.
A couple of days went by, and the old first sergeant, he called me out. He says, take a 3/4 ton truck and go down to the replacement depot, and he says, pick up a replacement. His name was Reagan, my old first sergeant. I said, Reagan, you're not kidding me a bit. I said, I'm going down to pick my brother up, ain't I? He said, I don't know how you guys got this done. But he says, if there's any squawking to be done, he said, we're going to have to split you up. I said, split if you want to. I said, I'm going home here in a few weeks. I said, go ahead, split. So I went, I didn't go down. I said, no, you send a couple other guys down. No, I'll be back up here. We brought him back up to our outfit. And at that time, we had a Quonset hut. They pulled us back, and got us ready to go home. Put us in these Quonset huts, and Copeland slept over here in the little building. Donnie slept here, and I slept right here for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. Then my name come up to catch the little train to go down to Tucson, Korea, and jump on a ship and come home. I left him over there. But I got him out of that outfit. 60%, no, 70%. After he left, that outfit up there, they got wiped out.
Wow.
Now, just to clarify something, because I know what you meant, but when you said he was going to go out on a safari, that was out on an assault mission.
There was what?
To go out on an assault mission or search mission.
About an hour.